Here's a psychology fact you're not ready for. The people with the biggest dreams are statistically the least likely to act on them. Not because they're lazy, not because they lack talent, but because of something happening deep inside their brain right now that they have zero awareness of. Psychologists call this the intention action gap. And once you understand it, you'll see exactly why you keep planning, keep visualizing, keep saying, "This is my year," and then doing absolutely nothing. Your goals, your habits, your entire future, all of it is being quietly sabotaged by one psychological pattern your brain runs on autopilot. And here's the worst part. The bigger you dream, the harder this pattern hits you. But here's where it gets even worse. Most people, when they hear this, think the fix is motivation. More YouTube videos, more vision boards, more fire up the crowd podcasts. That's not just wrong, it's the exact thing making the problem worse. Here's the painful truth. Your brain cannot tell the difference between imagining success and actually achieving it. When you visualize your dream life in vivid detail, the money, the body, the freedom, your brain releases dopamine. The same dopamine it would release if you'd actually done the work. So your mind gets the reward without you taking a single step. Researchers call this mental simulation substitution. Every time you fantasize about your goal, your brain quietly files it as partially done, and your motivation to act drops. The dream itself becomes the drug, and you become addicted to the fantasy of who you could be instead of becoming them. But here's the part nobody wants to admit. It's not just visualization. There's a second psychological trap, and this one is even sneakier because it doesn't feel like avoidance at all. It feels like progress. This happens because of something called cognitive closure. Your brain craves completion. It's wired to close open loops. So when you make a plan, write a list, build a schedule, design a vision board, your brain treats the planning itself as an action. Loop closed. Threat neutralized. Relax. Your mind thinks, I have a plan, therefore I'm someone who has their life together. The reality is, you haven't done anything yet. The plan is a comfort blanket, not a result. And then there's a third layer, the one nobody teaches you in school. Your brain is not designed to chase dreams. It's designed to survive. And survival means staying in environments that are familiar, predictable, and safe. Big dreams are none of those things. So your subconscious runs a protection program. It floods you with reasons to wait. The timing isn't right. I'm not ready yet. I'll start Monday. This isn't weakness. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it evolved to do. Keep you alive by keeping you still. The technical term is status quo bias, but in plain language, your brain actively fights change, even change you desperately want, because the unknown feels more dangerous than the familiar pain you already live with. Think about that. You will tolerate a life you hate because it's a life you know. If that hit you, good. It means you needed it. Because here's the truth you've been avoiding. You don't have a motivation problem. You don't have a discipline problem. You have a nervous system problem, and no amount of hype will fix a biological survival response. But here's the good news. Once you know how the trap works, you can stop walking into it. If you want to break this cycle, start with one thing. Shrink the action until your brain can't say no. Psychologists call this implementation intention. Instead of saying, I'm going to change my life, you say, at 7 a.m. tomorrow, I will open my laptop and write one sentence. That's it. One sentence. Not because one sentence will change your life, but because your brain needs proof, actual, physical, real-world proof, that you are someone who does things. Every tiny action rewires the story your nervous system tells about who you are. Here's the mental trick that actually works. Stop motivating yourself and start proving yourself wrong. Every morning, ask one question. What is the smallest possible action I can take today that my future self would be grateful for? Not the biggest, the smallest. Because momentum doesn't come before action. Momentum is action. The feeling of being ready never comes first. It comes after you start moving, and your brain realizes the danger isn't real. Cut the fantasy. Cut the planning sessions that go nowhere. And do one ugly, imperfect, terrifying small thing. Today, not Monday. Most people will watch this video, feel something for a few minutes, and then go back to exactly what they were doing before. They'll dream a little bigger, plan a little harder, and do absolutely nothing different. Don't be most people. You now understand the trap. The only question left is whether you'll use that knowledge or let your brain convince you to save it for Monday.